Hello, Darren here. I would like to tell you a short story from about 18 months ago. I was in Bangkok in Thailand. I was in my apartment. It was about 8 p.m. at night and I could hear this alarm going off in the corridor. At the time I was working at my desk, but I decided to get up and see what was going on. So I opened my door and I just saw a load of people leaving their apartments and walking down the fire exit. Now I was on the 8th floor. I just closed the door, walked down the steps with everybody else and just left the building as quickly as I could. I thought it must have been a test, but I could smell something when I was getting lower down, and when I got outside the building and looked up, there was smoke coming from it. About 10 minutes later, a fire engine came and then a police car, and I was stood outside in my t-shirt, shorts and flip-flops. Thankfully it was nice and warm and humid, as it always is in Thailand, and yeah, I stood there. Nobody could speak a word of English. And I was there for about half an hour initially and didn't know what was going on. I saw the fire engine and the officers doing the stuff, and I thought to myself as I was stood there, all of my worldly possessions are in my apartment. My passport, my bank cards, everything that I need to be able to work. And I thought, why did I leave all of that behind? Why did I just leave without thinking about I need my passport or I need my bank cards? Because, you know, I could have been stranded in Thailand if the worst case scenario would have happened, where the fire was spreaded, and, you know, I could have lost everything. I know it sounds a little bit dramatic and drastic, but it can happen. You hear about it happening in the news. So about 2 hours later, I was told that I could go back to the apartment. I managed to find somebody who could speak a little bit of English, and they did help me and try and help me calm down, because I was so stressed. I was just thinking, oh my God, I've just left everything that I own in the world up in my apartment. But anyway, I went back to my apartment, climbed up the 8 floors, and I could smell lots of burnt plastic, and it was obviously a very bad fire. So I thought to myself when I got to my apartment, how can I deal with this in the future? Because natural disasters happen. So what I decided to do was use a toiletry bag, and in here I have everything that I need. So I've got my passport, I've got my wallet with all of my bank cards and ID, I've got some contact lenses and just essential items that I need in this bag. And it's always near me, so if anything happens I can just grab this and leave the building. Now right now I'm in Taiwan, and a couple of days ago we had an earthquake. It was a very small one though. It was like 3.9 in the actual epicenter, but it was only one in the city that I'm in Taipei. But I could feel it. I was laid on my bed chilling out and I could feel the earth move. And I have this with me, and what I decided to do as I'm out exploring, you just don't know what's going to happen whilst I'm in Taiwan, so I'm travelling around the city with this in my bag as well, just in case the worst case scenario happens. You can never be too organised when it comes to things like this. Now when I'm in countries where you're not going to get things like earthquakes, like Malaysia, I don't travel around during the day with this, but I will always keep it with me in the apartment nearby. Whatever room I'm in, I always have it to my side just in case anything happens. So yes, there's my lesson learnt. A bit of a scary experience, but it happens. You've just got to deal with it and just be organised and have something like this. If you are going to become a remote worker who travels, create yourself a little emergency pack like I've done. And that's my tip and advice for today. I'll see you soon.